My name is Shiv Kapoor and I go to the American Embassy School of New Delhi. For my ACT, when I was prepping for it, I personally did not feel too much stress, but that was a lot because I had taken a lot of practice tests for the ACT, and so I felt like I knew what I was doing at the time, and I felt like the whole idea of what I was going to do, I understood it, so when I thought about being stressed, I wasn't. I was hopeful throughout the entire test-taking experience because I was getting a consistently reasonable score, and I felt as though that was setting me up for like a good go in the real one. Since I took both the SAT and the ACT, I can talk a lot about the differences between the two. And the major, obviously for the international students, one of the most major differences is that the SAT is still taken on paper and the ACT is online. And I personally prefer the computer test than the paper test, even though at the start I thought differently. I took the SAT first, and so I was really used to bubbling in the answers with a pencil and reading everything on paper. But then after a few ACT practice tests, you'll realize that the ACT is a lot better because it's online, and clicking the buttons and having the text there just stay on the pieces on the screen is a lot better than flicking back and forth and then having to use a different sheet of paper to pencil it in. So that's my favorite difference between the SAT and ACT. Another difference between the SAT and ACT is that I personally found the ACT a lot easier because the math didn't go as far. ACT practice tests online were very useful to take because they got me used to what I was going to do. And for me personally, the reading sections, which was my toughest section, taking a bunch of tests before the real test was one of the reasons that I got good at being able to predict the test that I was going to predict the questions that were going to come in the test, which really helps you be able to answer the questions instead of like taking your time to go back and forth and figuring out what they're going to say. And I think that's one of the skills that everyone should try and figure out. On the ACT test day, I was completely fine, but I think for people, my friends who I was there with who were nervous, I just got them to listen to a bunch of hype music, and then they were like hyped, which was really funny because then they went into a really quiet room where they couldn't be hyped. But also I think one good recommendation is to just breathe and calm yourself down, because like you're not getting out of it, you're going to do it anyway, so like just worrying about it before is not useful to you at all. And why did I pick Tutera? Because I have been part of Tutera for 3 years now. They helped me with the SAT before, and they helped teach me calculus AB back in 8th and 9th grade. So I've had a really good relationship with, no, it was calculus BC, my bad. Back in like for a long time, and I have a good relationship with Ashish sir, and so he really helped me a lot.